Hi, and welcome back to another motivational moment with your coach, me, Michelle. So, today I'm going to be I'm going to give you 8 things to let go of in 2021. So, as we enter the last month of the first quarter, I need you to start letting go of some things. So, these are just 8 things that I came up with. I'm pretty sure if you really put pen to paper, you can come up with eight more things or even more than that. But this is just 8 that I came up with. So, number one, I said negative self talk. Starting today, I don't ever want to hear you criticize yourself for anything else. And I truly mean that, because if I'm in your presence and I hear you starting to criticize yourself, well, we're going to have a come to Jesus meeting, because I can't stand that. Do not criticize yourself for anything. We all make mistakes. None of us are perfect. So why are you so hard on yourself? When you start to do this, I want you to catch yourself. And I want you to say, not today. We won't be doing that. I messed up, but it's not the end of the world. And I'm not a bad person. See, when negative self talk starts to creep up, I need you to replace it with positive affirmations and positive self talk. And too often I see people beat themselves down over decisions that they made, places they've gone, things that they've done. Okay, you made a mistake. Ask God to forgive you and then move on. And you might make that same mistake several more times before you truly get it right. I don't know. But don't beat yourself up over it. And definitely don't do it in my presence. Please don't do that. Because I might have, again, we're going to have a come to Jesus meeting. Because you will not beat yourself up, not in my presence. Number two, toxic people. We all know at least one messy person. That person may be a family member, a coworker, a neighbor, a spouse, or a significant other. But can I tell you, it's time to let that person go? It is. It's time to let them go. Their messy aura will only bring you down, and you don't need that. I mean, you really don't. So you are the sum of the people that you choose to hang around and associate with. I've talked about this before. Show me your inner circle, and I can tell you, I can pretty much sure enough tell you where you're headed. And these messy people, again, you can love them. Hey, how you doing? Love you, mean it. But they don't need to be in your space. They really don't. I'm just saying. So if you hang out with 9 messy people, you will eventually become the 10th messy person in that group. And I can promise you that. And I don't even know you personally, but I've seen it happen before. That's just like, if you want, I don't drink. I don't drink. I don't smoke anything. And that's just because I just choose, and it's for no real reason other than I just choose not to. That's just not my thing. But if I start to hang out with a group of 9 people that like to drink and smoke cigarettes, get high, and all that other stuff, guess what? Eventually, I just might be tempted, if I were a weak person. But I just might be tempted to take a hit of this. Maybe I had a rough day. Maybe my man broke up with me, and I said, you know what? Let me just take a drink so I can forget about all of that. And that's how it starts. So I'm just telling you all, toxic people, get rid of them. Number three, living with regret. Regret is such a destructive force that many people live with day in and day out. Regret can keep you from moving forward and accomplishing your goals and your dreams. So you have to make a conscious decision to forgive and move on. Did you hear what I said? I didn't say just move on. You've got to make the conscious decision that I'm going to forgive you. This thing happened, but I forgive you. And truly mean it here. Truly mean it. And then move on. Don't give it a second thought, honey. You must heal yourself of past and any current of any past regrets as well as current regrets. Now, it's not going to be easy, but it will be worth it. It is never easy, but it will always be worth it. So if you can't do this by yourself, then I want to encourage you to get some help. But please, but pray about it. Pray about it. Ask God to remove any regrets that you may be having. And like I said, I know prayer is powerful. Let me just keep it all the way real. But sometimes there's some people that need more than just prayer. So you might have to get somebody that can walk you through that process. Hold your hand, be your accountability partner. And that's all right. That's nothing to be ashamed of. Some people do. And that's why you have jobs out here as counselors and therapists and life coaches and all that other good stuff. Because some people just can't do it by themselves. Number 4, physical clutter. I've been watching clips from the show Hoarders, and it's kind of hard to watch sometimes. It really is. Like, I know we all have some hoarding that we do. It could be in a closet, it could be in a cabinet, or whatever the case may be. But when you look at these people's homes on this show, oh, it's just so disgusting. One lady was sitting there and she's watching something on the TV and she's eating some popcorn and she's just laughing. And a roach just crawls right on up her arm, and I'm thinking, oh my God. And it didn't seem like it bothered her at all. So it's interesting to see how attached people are to their clutter, even though they know they need to get rid of it. Clutter creates stagnant energy that isn't helpful to anybody. It's not helpful to you, and it's not helpful to me. So let go of everything that no longer serves you and begin to live a much better, more organized, and more productive life. I can't stress that enough. Number 5, fear of the unknown. Wouldn't it be nice if we all knew what was going to happen in the next second, the next minute, the next hour, the next week, the next month, the next year? It would be nice. Well, that's not how life goes. The Bible tells us that no man knows the day nor the hour, so stop trying to do God's job for him. He doesn't need your help. He doesn't need my help. He doesn't need our help. I need you to start living for the right now. See, I live for today as I plan for tomorrow. Can I say that one more time? I live for today, which in sign language is now today, as I plan for tomorrow. But I don't stress over anything because tomorrow, i.e., the future, it's not promised to anybody. It's not promised to you and it's not promised to me. So why are you stressing over it? Enjoy the time that you have right now. But your takeaway from what I just said is this: live for today as you plan for tomorrow. Number 6, comparing yourself to other people. See, most of the time, you're only seeing someone else's life from the outside, and you can't use that as a measure. Comparison only serves to drain your energy. Break the habit by taking more time to focus inwards and create a daily gratitude practice to remind yourself of everything that you're blessed with. Everything that looks good isn't always good. So let's just use the example of Instagram or social media. A lot of times people show you on social media what they want you to see. So they show you this beautiful home that they live in, not telling you that they're struggling and they're probably behind a few months in their rent or their mortgage. They're showing you this flashy car, but they're not telling you that they're stressing over paying for it. They show you this beautifully made up face, but if they took up all the makeup off, guess what? You'd see a totally different person. You almost would be like, is that what in the world? Why? Because we show you what we want you to see. Number 7, saying yes to everything. If you spent last year saying yes to everything and everybody, this year you need to start saying no a little more often. You don't have to take on everything that comes your way. Overcommitting yourself leads to stress, and we don't need that, nor do we want it. So because you are too blessed to be stressed, okay? So it's all right to say no sometimes. Even if you can really do it, it's all right to say, you know what, I just can't. I would love to take that on, but I really just can't right now. Let somebody else step in. And number 8, procrastination. We all have put things off when we shouldn't have. Some more than others. So this year, we're going to practice doing it less often. Besides, if you don't get it done and out the way, because if you do get it done and out the way, it's finished and you can move on to other things. See, the problem comes when we keep saying, I'm going to do that tomorrow. And then it becomes tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. Guess what? Tomorrow never comes. And when it does finally show up, sometimes it's a whole year later. So stop procrastinating. Just do it. Because at the end of the day, you're going to have to do it. So why keep putting it off? I'm just saying. Let me do a quick recap and I'm going to let you be. So today we talked about, I gave you 8 things to let go of in 2021. Again, your list may not be the same as mine, but for me, this is what I'm working with. And I said negative self-talk. Now, I don't do the negative self-talk thing, but I'm just saying that's something that we all need to work on, because every now and then something negative might slip in. I have to catch myself. Hold up, Michelle. What are you doing? What you doing? I know you're not giving yourself a negative self-talk. You better cut it out. Number 2, I said toxic people. Thank God I don't have toxic people in my life because I have no room for them. But if you have them, I need you to get rid of them. Number 3, living with regret. I don't want you to regret anything. Sometimes we say, you know, I regret having dated that man or that woman. What in the hell was I thinking? Don't do that. Because guess what? There was some good that came out of that relationship. That person may have just given you the blues and just turned your world upside down. But there's a blessing, especially if you all have kids together. There's a blessing that came out of that. And the other blessing is this: it's made you a better person. And you probably wouldn't have been in that place had you not met that individual. So don't live with regrets. We're cutting that out. Number 4, physical clutter. Look around your house. You know where your physical clutter is. And start getting rid of things that you're not using. What's that old saying? Get rid of things that no longer serve you but force you to serve them or it. If you have a junk drawer, go through that drawer and throw away all that stuff. Y'all know everybody has that one drawer in the kitchen by the back door that has all these menus. Honey, throw that stuff out. Or at the least, go through and only keep the places that you tend to order from the most. Everything else, let it go. Number 5, fear of the unknown. I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. Not for me, not for you or anybody else. But guess what? I'm not going to walk around in fear. You know why? Because I can't control it. Whatever's going to happen, it's going to happen anyway. So why worry about it? Stop worrying about the unknown. Live for today as you plan for tomorrow, because you should be planning for the next day, the next week, the next month, or even the next year. But don't let it stress you, because there's nothing you can do about it. If it's in God's will, it's going to be. Number 6, I said comparing yourself to other people. See, when you start comparing yourself to other people, you don't know their full story. You may think you know them, but there's always that story that they're not telling anybody. So stop sitting there comparing yourself. Oh, I wish I was like her. You know, she has all the men, or I wish I was like him. He has all the women. Honey, let me tell you something. Be like you, because I'm going to be like me. God made me the way I am, and I am thankful and I'm happy with that. I don't want to be anybody else. I don't want anybody else's life. I want Michelle's life, the best life that I can get from God, but for Michelle. Because everybody that you see that has this great life, honey, they have a story. I'm trying to tell you, you may not know their story, but they have a story. Now, do you really want to go through all that they had to deal with to get to where they are? I don't think so, because some of y'all aren't even strong enough to deal with some folks' backstories. So stop wishing for that. Just be happy with what you have. Number 7, saying yes to everything. It's all right to say no. And I'm going to tell you what, this happens a lot at church, at work, and at church. You know, you look around and your hands are in every daggone thing. It's all right to say no. You know what? I worked on the last project. I'm going to let somebody else take this on. Even if you can take on that project, just say no. It's all right to say no every now and then. And number 8, procrastination. Procrastination is something that we all do, and if you say you don't, you're telling a tale, because there's something that we all are procrastinating about. Excuse me, some of y'all need to go get your eyes checked and you're scared to go do it. Some of you need to go and see your dentist, but you're afraid to go do that. Some of you need to go and get on a scale, and you won't do that because you're afraid of what it might say. I'm just keeping it real. Now, I get on the scale the first of every month, and then that's it. I work towards meeting my goals, so when the first of the next month, I can get on that scale. But what I'm saying is, procrastination is big, and we all do it. Even if you say, oh, I don't procrastinate. Yes, you do. There's something in your life that you've been putting off because you're afraid for one reason or another. Y'all, that's all I have. I want to say thank you so much to my newest subscribers. Thank you so much to those of you that continue to support me in all that I do. I truly love each and every one of you to the moon and back. And you know the drill. You know my spiel. There's nothing you can do about it. Absolutely nothing. Because I'm going to love you no matter what. Until next time, take care.